All right, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachai Kodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. And in this lesson, I just wanted to touch on a few headlines. Dealing with, one was an article that was put in our group chat, it's dealing with that push, okay, towards what we all know what. Okay, so the headline reads, this is from dailymail.co.uk, and it says, the end of ATMs in Australia. Thousands of cash machines are removed across the country as banks go digital. Okay, and we already know what that is, what that step is leading towards. It says here, ATMs and bank branches across Australia are continuing to close at a rapid rate. Switch by customers to digital banking, seen big four banks switch their focus. ANZ head of distribution Kath Bray said changes were a clear sign of the times. Interesting. So what are the times? All right, the times are what we've been telling you for all these years, starting with our elders and apostles of Great Millstone on down, and now with this whole Russia and Ukraine tension, that is the perfect crisis to exacerbate and speed up, the economic turmoil, and it could very well be the perfect crisis needed for them to push further in their agenda. If you take a look at the past 2 years, the whole situation that was going on the past 2 years, not to get caught up in what it was too much, but more so what it led to. What are the effects that we started seeing coming out of this Crown Vic situation? You saw inflation go up, and I remember there was a point. I remember where it wasn't as high, and we were saying inflation. I mean, you can go up and search in our videos inflation. You're gonna see how many videos were done. I especially remember Apostle Tahar doing a lot of videos on it. Will inflation come to America? Inflation is coming. What is inflation? What is hyperinflation? Right? And now look at where we at. So it doesn't look like it's gonna stop, and we very well might be seeing hyperinflation very soon, as this conflict pushes further this already destroyed country, okay, and pushes it further into a third world state. So it says, as Australian banks continue to focus on digital transactions for customers, ATMs and bank branches are disappearing across the country, according to new data. Now, what do they usually use for? Well, to deposit or to withdraw cash, right? So now if they're slowly being phased out and they're telling you that everything is going digital, what do you think that's going to lead to? Digital currency, all right? You have the CBDC, Central Bank Digital Currency, all right, which I remember we started hearing about this years ago. So these things, they're moving, all right? They're moving. It says, and bank branches are disappearing across the country, according to new data. The analysis revealed close to 460 bank branches have shut down across the nation in recent years, and dating back to 2020, approximately 3,800 previously active ATMs have been removed. And as all these things are going on, something, if anybody with common sense in their head would say, yo, this is starting to sound more and more like what in the world? You see that? Yeah, oh shoot. Hey, the script just talked about the animals changing their places, which I think this said that there was like escape cows or something like that. That's interesting. You walk outside and see a cow right outside. Oh, a whole herd. Damn. All right. But something should prompt you in your mind and say, yo, this thing is sounding a lot closer and more like what these Israelites been saying for years. Especially when they were saying it at a time when this was we were talking, I mean, years when things looked normal. People would just go to work, come back home. The world looked quote unquote normal. And now those things that were being prophesied years ago are now starting to happen right before your eyes. Something should prompt you to say, "Yo, I need to go take a look at what they're saying and hear a bit more because these things are not just happening by coincidence. It is like a pattern, you know. There's like a order in which these things are happening." And man, I'm telling you, man, when that charagma comes out, it'll feel so surreal. Okay, for them to actually boom come out and man, and if they haven't taken us off of the internet, off of YouTube, we're probably gonna break YouTube with how many videos are gonna be going out. All right, Revelation 13 is gonna be remembered by memory because that's gonna be what the fulfillment of it. So it says NSW alone now has 140 fewer in-store banks, and almost 300 suburbs don't have a singular ATM to withdraw cash. So what are they forced to do? They're forced to deal digitally. They're phasing out. They're phasing out that cash. And so, if you are somebody that is, you know, heavily relying on cash, you don't want to deal with the digital system, then you're sort of asked out. You don't have any other option. That's what they're doing. Okay, and that's like the starting of that. If any would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. They're gonna phase you out, block you out, and then eventually they're actually gonna come and come for you physically. It says it's a similar story in Victoria, where 120 branches have permanently closed their doors to customers. Closures have a devastating impact on local communities. Finance Sector Union National Secretary Julia Angrisano said. It says as Australian banks continue to go digital, ATMs are becoming rapidly redundant, according to new data. Pictured customers using a cash machine in Sydney. You know, it says jobs are lost, businesses impacted, and another local service disappears. The closures have hit hard in regional and rural areas for older citizens, MS Angrisano said. Another key factor for the branch closures and reduced ATMs is the fact that banks are bringing in a small fortune from daily digital transactions. Yeah, because they can have more control with digital. You can track it wherever it goes. You know, and in actuality, when you open your bank account and you see single digits, double digits, triple digits, that's just numbers that they type it in there. Okay. When you go digital, you can go completely fiat. You know, you can be make believe because it's just numbers typed in there. You know, a lot of it is not backed by solid, actual, real money. Um, as Australia accelerates towards a cashless society, fees from either the customer or vendor for online banking have become commonplace. In a modern-day digital world, an estimated 80% of Aussies prefer to bank online. See? So it says, but the remaining 20%, namely the disabled or those who are not digital savvy, have been left stranded. So now, what's going to be that solution for both those that are with it and those that are not as technologically savvy? Well, just get it put inside your body. And have everything in one, so you don't have to learn how to do this, learn how to do, just have it all in one place conveniently. All right. What I'll do is I'll leave this link to this article in the description, so you can check it out, you know, if you want. But the next thing I want to get is this here on Twitter. Okay, now it says here, just in, World War III would be nuclear and destructive, says Russia's Foreign Minister Lavrov. So now you gotta sit back and think, why are they? This is like a different vibe from a different kind of World War III vibe from when they ordered the assassination of Qasem Soleimani, the Iranian general. So now you got to ask yourself, why are they talking about World War III? Why are they talking like this? Why is Biden being asked if Americans should worry about a nuclear war? Why is FEMA telling people in case of a nuclear war to wear masks and social distance? What's that about? Why talk about something that it has no chance or possibility of happening? Because we've been prophesying of it for years, but we're just crazy. Remember, we're just the crazy guys with signboards in the corner, wearing dresses. So what is this? What is this about? Like we told you, wars and rumors of wars. See, talks like this are rumors of wars. But the thing is, in due time, those rumors will become true. All right? Because World War III will happen. And yes, it will be nuclear and destructive. So yeah, he was right on that. Why are they talking like this? Because the Most High is putting it into their minds to fulfill prophecy. Because prophecy says there will be World War III, and it will be nuclear, and it will be destructive. In fact, it'll be so destructive that America is going to be made a desert completely when this World War III is over with, Israel included, and other parts of the world will be hit. The only thing is, this third world war is not going to destroy the planet, but it definitely will cleanse it. All right. So this was the first one that was said. World War III will be nuclear and destructive. And then the same Russia's Lavrov, it says Russia's Lavrov repeats, world war is the only alternative for sanctions. You hear that? It's the only alternative for sanctions. World war is the only alternative for sanctions. So you should know what time we're living in. All right, as it says in let me actually I had all right, I'm gonna have this here, and we're gonna open another tab, and let's start off with the book of, once this loads up, Ecclesiastes, the 3rd chapter. Okay, and just hit the point. Now, this is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 3, verse 1. It says, to everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under heaven. And now we're going to jump down to verse 8. A time to love and a time to hate, a time of war and a time of peace. So right now, with the things going on, you should see that we are not in the time of peace. We're in a time of war. All right, we're in a time of the fulfillment of biblical prophecy. All right, we're in the time of heavy prophecies being fulfilled. That's the MOTB, the Charagma, okay, and the followed afterwards by that destruction. Okay, now could these nations be at war? Could they be in a cyber war? Could they be in a war that hasn't gone nuclear yet? They could. Okay, but we got to watch and see what the Most High does. Which brings me to this precept here in the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 9, verse 1. He answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. So what are a part of the signs? Well, wars and rumors of wars are a part of the signs. As we're measuring the times, we're looking at these articles, looking at the things going on in the world, and we know these prophecies, so we know what to look out for. We're putting the two together and seeing, where do world events or current events fit in terms of the biblical prophetic timeline? Oh, okay, here's where we are. So that means what's to come next. All right. And when we see these things as we are seeing now, we know that we are in the same time, the same generation. All right. That the Lord is going to visit the world which he made. And how is he going to visit it? He's going to visit it with destruction. Isaiah the 13th chapter goes into that. Verse 3, therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world. Yahweh Shai also spoke about that. Earthquakes in diverse places. One nation standing up against another. Verse 4, then shalt thou well understand. So it'll be solidified in your mind that the Most High spake of those things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. So we're going to remember these scriptures. When you see these things, the first thing that's going to come to your mind is, oh, that's 2nd Ezra the 15th chapter. Oh, that's Matthew the 24th chapter. Oh, that's Revelation the 13th chapter. Oh, that's Jeremiah the 30th chapter, the 7th verse. All right. Oh, that's Ezekiel the 38th chapter. We're going to remember these things because they were spoken and written of, all right, before our time. But why? So that we may have that guide. Okay. Verse 5, for like as all that is in the world hath a beginning and an end, and the end is manifest. So we are now at the end, all right, of this age. And that's going to come by way of thermonuclear destruction. All right. And people, yeah, it's a scary thing for people, but it's the truth. It's the truth. You may not want to hear that World War III is going to happen, but it's going to happen very, very soon. Okay. Now, it is possible that things could die down between Russia and Ukraine and things could start cooling down and so on and so forth. But that's okay. That doesn't mean that World War III is not going to happen. Ha, see, you guys said it's going to happen, and now look, everything calmed down. Ha, ha, ha. All right. The prophecy still remain because the Lord said his word does not come back to him void. So even if they do calm down, guess what? Something is going to happen. The same way this happened and things just sparked up out of nowhere, something is going to happen when the time is appropriate. And that time when it sparks, it's going to go all the way. All right. It's going to go all the way. Next precept is in the book of Ezekiel chapter 7 verse 3. It says, now is the end come upon thee. So what time are we living in right now? We're living in the end of the world. Now is the end come upon thee, and I will send mine anger upon thee, and will judge thee according to thy ways, and will recompense upon thee all thine abominations. So you know who should be worried, really? If you haven't repented and you're not seeking the Lord, you should be heavily worried. Because the recompense, the judgment that's coming is going to be according to your wicked ways if you haven't repented. And ultimately, if you're not of the elect. And mine eye shall not spare thee, neither will I have pity. So the Lord will put it into the minds of these kings and of the different people when they carry out judgment, not to have pity, not to spare. But I will recompense thy ways upon thee, and thine abominations shall be in the midst of thee. And ye shall know that I am the Lord Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushai. Thus saith the Lord power, an evil and only evil, behold, is come. So if you're wondering, are things going to get better? No. An only evil is come. The only good thing is that from that destruction is going to come salvation for the elect. But for the rest, it's going to be a very, very, very painful time. Verse 6, it says, the end is come, it watcheth for thee, behold, it is come. And that's what we're telling you, all right? The end is come, it watcheth for thee, behold, it is come. Verse 7, the morning is come unto thee, O thou that dwellest in the land. The time is come, the day of trouble is near. So what trouble is that? Jacob's trouble. And not the sounding again of the mountains. Now will I shortly pour out my fury upon thee, and accomplish mine anger upon thee, and I will judge thee according to thy ways, and will recompense thee for all thine abominations. So the Lord says he's not going to have pity. When he unleashes the famines to high levels, natural disasters, high levels, diseases on a high level, chaos, murder. I mean, things are going on now, but the Lord is going to take it to a whole nother level. It's going to be dangerous to just go downstairs to the supermarket. It's going to be dangerous to step outside of your house. Okay? The same way they were telling you during the Crown Vic, don't step out unless it's essential. This time they're going to tell you, look, it's dangerous. Don't even step out at all. If you don't absolutely have to. And if you do it at your own risk. Because they need that chaos in order for them to bring that martial law. They need chaos. And they will deploy those troops, and they will deploy those peacekeeping troops, and it's gonna get real chaotic, man. And all these things are gonna happen. Why? Because this is Revelation 22:6, and he said unto me, these sayings are faithful and true, and the Lord power of the holy prophets sent his angel to shew unto his servants the things which must shortly be done. Behold, I come quickly. Blessed is he that keepeth the sayings of the prophecy of this book. So you'd be wise to take heed. All right, to take heed and to do as Yahweh Bahashem Yahweh Shai wants you to do. Because if you don't have the protection of the Lord, if you don't seek the Lord, if you think, you know what, I'm just going to sit here and do whatever the hell I want to do, it hasn't affected me yet, and I'm all right, you're going to be caught out there by surprise, and there's going to be no escape for you. All right? So, hey, we're not the ones making up these headlines. You're seeing it for yourself. We're just telling you what it's going to lead to. All right? As per what is written of in the Bible. So with that, I hope you were edified. In closing, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Racha Kodash. And until next time, Shalom.